that's when we all tell our wives, see y'all in a little while, and football season's here.
Move the chains!
As you know, the New Orleans Saints have wrapped up the draft, and now the real conversation is about to begin. Who stood out, what it means for the roster, what fans can be expecting heading into the season. Joining us now to break it all down is Sean Fazende from Fox 8. Sean, it's great to have you.
Good to be here.
Yes, sir. I know I just saw you this past weekend at the Zurich.
Yeah.
It was great, great experience out there. Let's just touch on that for a few moments.
Yeah.
What a great ending.
Well, look, obviously the Zurich is a unique stop on the tour, and I think the players that are involved enjoy the camaraderie doing the duo thing, and then to have two brothers, they were in the lead, had some issues, but then rallied back with an incredible chip there out the bunker there on 18, was just amazing. So great theater, great way to finish it. It's such a cool event, and it's so unique to New Orleans. I like that New Orleans has kind of carved out its own lane for the PGA Tour, and I thought it was a great finish.
Oh, the team concept, when it came to us several years back, really has truly made a difference. And with that great sponsor that we have in Zurich, the fact that, as you know, you've experienced the atmosphere at the TPC of Louisiana is like no other.
And, you know, the players really pick up on this unique sort of style and this unique city. And it's very New Orleans.
Yeah.
And for the players that first time here, I think it kind of, oh, wow, this is something else. And then the repeat players, I think it's their stop every year. So it's really become a really great event.
Well, Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick, they're on to bigger and greater things. And got his tour card, and
that's awesome.
Great. All right, let's talk about the Saints draft this past weekend. Big weekend for the Saints. What's your biggest overall takeaway?
Start your engines, because this offense is going to hit some speed. Look, they went in with the plan this offseason, obviously, even though they didn't necessarily say it out loud. They were building around the young quarterback, Tyler Shough. They didn't just draft one wide receiver. They didn't just draft two. They drafted three, plus a pass-catching tight end and a interior offensive lineman. I think they're telling us they wanted some enhanced improvement on that offensive side of the ball. And if they're not much improved next year, I think that's going to be a major issue, because they've invested a lot on that side of the ball. And draft weekend, that's my biggest takeaway, is the build around Tyler Shough is very, very real.
Yeah, you saw that. Any surprises? Anything that took you off?
Yes, a few. I would just say, for me, the big one was they had a few opportunities to really target a cornerback, DB, secondary position of need. And I know they ended up getting one in the 7th round. And I know we all love the Marcus Colston 7th round stories, but the truth of the matter is 7th round picks, to have an instant impact, I think that would be asking a little much. And I thought there were multiple opportunities on day 2 and day 3 to perhaps get that DB that can be a little bit more of an instant contributor. And I think Mickey Loomis said as much after. They had a plan going in to address the cornerback position. Didn't necessarily work out that way. So that was probably my biggest surprise, that they didn't address that position a little earlier.
Yeah. The choice of Barrion Brown.
Love it.
LSU.
I love it. Here's why. Not just that he went to LSU, even though that
always helps.
It always helps.
Yeah.
You know, Mickey even joked with us after, I drafted an LSU player and I didn't trade up. No more questions, right? So, but I love that at the top of the page is kickoff return specialist, and a kickoff returner that can really do dynamic things. 6 career kickoff returns for touchdowns throughout his collegiate career. And with the way the new kickoff rule is set now, that matters. That play has been revived in the NFL. So to get someone that can specialize in that to help with field position, even create some explosive plays in the return game. I mean, when you're talking about the Saints, you're trying to get wins and losses. You're looking at every area to improve. And I think being explosive across the board really helps in that regard. And look, a special teamer, I think, really helps too.
Yeah, you touched on it, but if you had to write the headline, did the Saints address their biggest needs?
Not everything. A lot of things. And the entire offseason, they needed to get more explosive on offense, and they did that with the free agent additions and obviously the draft. But I look at the secondary, I look at the defensive backfield, and I still think there's a question as to who's going to play the inside, who's going to play the slot corner, and how does that mix and match, because based off different personnel groupings, you may have one guy. Based on other personnel groupings, you may have a different player. I think I think they need to add to that room. Maybe this late wave free agency, they can add another player there, but I think they're a little light. That's probably my biggest concern going forward.
Yeah. So look at the list of draftees. Which rookie has the best shot to make the impact right away?
Oh, it's got to be round one. It's got to be Jordan Tyson. Look, I will say this. I am very much in like with the pick. I'm not in love yet because of the injury issue, but if he is the most talented wide receiver in this class, that is without question.
But that's what they said.
Without question.
In the draft.
And what he does from a skill set standpoint, he's explosive, but explosive in a different way. What I love about him is when the ball is in his hands, the play's just getting started. After he makes the catch, he's going. He's running after the catch. And I felt like if you really go back and watch the games last year, who they currently have, the skill set, I think that particular skill set is something that they were really lacking. I mean, a guy that can take a 5-yard slant and make a 50-yard gain, I think is something that is truly an asset and something that they haven't had.
Has the speed you were talking about.
Speed, and he runs with a physicalness that reminds me almost a little bit of Michael Thomas, to be honest with you. And I think if he's healthy, I think he's going to be a top-tier wide receiver. Now, hamstring issues for a receiver, knee issues for a receiver, that's a risk. There's no doubt about that. That is a risk. But clearly they felt like the potential reward was greater than taking that risk, and they went ahead and rolled with it. So I think Jordan Tyson is the one that has the biggest chance to make a biggest impact.
I'm sure you're getting this question from a lot of people. What's a realistic expectation for the team this year going into the season?
Well, they went 6-11, and they found a quarterback. Now, I know he's only got 9 starts, but if you go back and really watch, I'm in my rewatch phase right now of last season, the way he elevated around him with far less talent, I think is something that they saw, that we all saw. I think it's something unique and rare at that position. So you add those pieces around. It's really just a matter of can they come together quickly. So I guess that's a long-winded way of me saying they were 6-11 last year. I think this is at least a 9-win ball club, if not 10, because you're playing an NFC South, which I think is a very attainable division. I think you're going to have a somewhat favorable schedule. It's not going to be easy, but it's somewhat favorable schedule. And I think you just hope that rookie quarterback and Tyler Shough can make that leap from year 1 to year 2. And you invested a whole lot on that side of the ball. And I expect them not just win games, but score a lot of points as well.
Yeah. Now the draft is done. What's the schedule now for the Saints going in? The training. What happens next?
Well, next is rookie minicamp. That'll be the first thing. All the draft picks, undrafted free agents.
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, normally it's before OTA, so it's somewhere probably the next week or so. Then OTAs begin mid to late May, I believe, and that's when they do their 3 practices a week. We're able to go watch one of those practices every week. It's usually a 4-week stretch. Then they have mandatory minicamp in mid-June, and they take that 5.5, 6-week break, report back late July for training camp, and that's when we all tell our wives, see y'all in a little while, and football season's here.
Travel begins. And we're hearing that the schedule should come out mid-May for the season, so I know there are a lot of Saints fans excited about what's on the horizon, potential travel across the pond, and some other exciting things like that.
You got the Paris, France trip. I got my mom calling me, asking me when you
same
think it's going to be.
yes.
They normally plan out 1. I think they're going to do 2 this year because they're going to do the Paris trip. So it's always fun. That scheduled day is interesting because it really sets the tone for the rest of the fall for a lot of people in this city.
I know, yeah. The social calendar
absolutely
revolves around the Saints, which is how it should be, because when we all go to the Caesars Superdome, it's like we all going home anyway, right?
All going home, absolutely.
This is great insight from Sean. Thank you so very much. We always appreciate your perspective. Saints fans, plenty to watch as we head into the season. You can catch Sean on Fox 8 and the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. And as you know, we're going to be partners with y'all on the network, too.
Yes,
so we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Should be
thanks
fun.
for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
This was great.
We'll come back maybe as we get into the training season.
Anytime.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thank you. Hey, y'all, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel and turn on your notifications. Please follow us. We've got new shows each and every week. And a very, very special thanks to all of our sponsors who are making this possible. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.